One of the questions I get the most is, what is my setup? I get asked that constantly, whether it's about my rig, wheel, or generally what you see right now, like my camera, microphone, etc. With Black Friday coming up, I normally leave my setup videos to the end of the year, but a lot of people are wanting to get into sim racing or just generally start up as a creator. I thought I would share with you my setup because I believe this is the best it's ever been. I've been doing this for a number of years. I started out on a headset through my PlayStation. It wasn't all singing and dancing. My wheel was actually broken, so I couldn't really play with the wheel. It's evolved over the years, and I have been really lucky to have partnered up with some of the best brands out there. I'm quite picky when it comes to partnering with brands. I've been offered quite a lot of partnership with quite a few brands, and I won't pick a brand to partner with unless I know that their products are good and that I feel comfortable recommending them to people. So, where should I start? Camera is a very old Sony A5100 that I had in a cupboard that was lingering around. So I've used webcams pretty much because 9 times out of 10 the screen's like this big and it just doesn't need to be all singing and dancing. I didn't like the idea of using an SLR because you were putting a constant power connector to it, and I didn't think that was very good for the lifespan of an SLR. It probably won't do much damage if I'm being honest. It's just me being, a photographer. The camera is probably about 10 years old now. I can't even remember when I got it. It was just literally sat in a cupboard. It only records to 1080 60 frames, which is fine. Setup on it is fairly easy. I do have it manual, I don't have it automatic, but you can set them up automatic. I have no idea how much you could pick one up for now, and I would actually suggest you go for one of their newer models. But one thing that I did use to bump up the quality of what is coming through that lens is the Elgato Capture card. It's a 4K card, so it's not maxed out through my camera, put it that way, because I'm only at 1080, but it can do 4K. And the difference I got between the 20 quid one I got off Amazon compared to this one, absolutely day and night. The quality of it is stunning. So if you've got a really good singing and dancing SLR that you want to use, you could easily capture at 4K. It's absolutely stunning. Don't record at 120 frames, by the way. I film at 60 frames because I'm playing with a game that is running at 60 frames. Seriously, if you want to do 4K, do 4K, but 30 frames is fine. 30 frames will be more realistic to a person than 60, and definitely 120 frames. I would only use 120 frames if I was going to slow down the footage. That's it, maybe do a bit of slow motion. It's definitely the only capture card that I'd suggest, because I tried a couple and they were so dim in quality, it just didn't look right. If you're going to do it and you've got an SLR and you've spent a couple of £100 on it, do not scrimp out at a capture card that's not like 20 quid. It is pointless. Just get the Elgato one. It will pay you back tenfold. I 100% recommend it. Anyone who asks me, get the Elgato one, don't mess around. B-roll content that I film with, I'll just cover this. I use my phone. I don't know what it is about this channel and content creation. I'm very particular about what thing does what, and I have many a camera that could film B-roll, but they have their own roll and it's not in this. Honestly, 15 Pro Max, couple years old now. Get yourself Blackmagic Cam. It's a free app and it transforms basically into an SLR. It gets the most out of this and out of the camera that the base sort of Apple software can get out. The amount of times that I've just filmed it with a stick and just done that. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I think People also have to understand that you're not a professional production company creating content. And I got this from just watching other content creators and watching videos. I watch a lot of like phone reviews, etc. And the main one that I like watching, he literally just has a camera looking down, and it's just the most basic setup, but I enjoy that the most. Lighting is very, very important. I've gone through being very high contrast to being quite dim lighting now because my eyes are so sensitive to light. But these are the newer lights. I can't tell you which ones they are, but I will get it on the screen. Had them for quite a while. They were like £50 each, I think. I'm actually going to upgrade them soon because they are flickering constantly. They are LED panel lights. They have all of the settings that you need: warmth, cool, temperature, etc. They can run on battery, but I run them on a power core. They're available on Amazon. They're very good if you want to do like 2 lights. So at the minute I've got them coming this way, and that just sort of creates this shadow over here, because I don't like it too much in my face. If you were to do the 2 lights, you'd have your main light and your fill light. That's another way you could use them as well. I'm not going to go into lighting, but that is one of the ways that I have used them. The most important thing when creating content isn't the camera. Ironically, it's sound. When you watch someone, if their mic isn't right, it's squeaking, it's too loud, it's distorted, it is just a major turn that off. I have been so impressed with the Elgato products that I use. The mic, this is the Wave DX. It is an XLR mic. It is possibly one of the easiest microphones I've ever set up, and a lot of that is to do with Elgato's Wave software. Secondly, I use the Wave XLR, which is a very small, simple box with simple controls. However, they do have now a new one with one of these attachments, not the full thing, just like a panel. I would go flat because it's got a lot more dials and a lot more stuff to play with. It's obviously going to save you space, and it does exactly the same thing. This just works. I'm put together with the Wave Mic Arm Pro, which is another product that I use. But what really makes this work is the Wave Link software that comes with it. They have got 3.0 out now. It's in beta. I actually haven't tried it because I am so happy with what I've got. I don't want to risk it. It looks very simple, but just to go over the Wave Link, setting up your mic on this is just the easiest thing. You've got all sorts of features that are available to use. For example, they have voice focus, which brings your speech closer. They've got their own noise remover, de-esser, EQ, all of that good stuff. The Elgato marketplace is absolutely full of products to help you set up your mic so much easier. It's even got presets, so you just download them and you can just put them on. For example, Vic Woman's Voice, there's a podcast style, which is the one that I use. There's Subtle Clarity, there's Harris Dynamic, he's a content creator. It just makes everything so easy. You've got your individual inputs, which is fantastic. For example, game, sound, browser, voice chat, music, all separate, so that you know and can control all of those things. And it's so easy. There's loads of videos explaining this in far more detail than I would ever go into, and I will link a couple in the description. If you're new to all this and it's a minefield, this just makes it so much easier. Setup is so quick, and and this is really important, touch wood, whenever I turn this thing on, it just works. It just works. So the big boy stuff that makes this all possible. PC. It is a Ryzen 5. Is it 5800X, I believe? That's what I'm running on, I think. I've got 48 gigabytes of RAM. Don't ask. I don't know how I ended up with 48, but here I am. With a 3070 Ti graphics card, it hasn't changed. I've kept the exact same setup. With my PC, I do feel like a new graphics card could be on the card soon, just because I am noticing sometimes I record and game off the one PC, and it can do it. It's not a problem for it, but I think I have to dim the quality a little bit sometimes on the game, and I don't really want to do that. PlayStation 5, I did not get a Pro. I just can't see the value in it, if I'm being honest. To use my PlayStation and to get that scene through OBS, it is the HD60X is the one that I have, and it's perfectly fine. If you want 4K, then by all means. But the problem for me is that, YouTube limit 4K. So there's really not much point in me having that. It does 1440, and I think that's probably about right. Again, it's another product that I just can't do this without, and it's a little more expensive than some of the other Amazon ones, but I promise you they will break and you'll just end up having to buy another one anyway. You might as well make that investment and have it going long term. Headset, I do have 2 headsets. I'm back on this. It's the HyperX, and I've forgotten which version it is. I've had this for years and years. I got it when I did some content for EA. I think it was Grid Legends, but that's how long ago I've had it for. I've probably had it for about 2-3 years now, and I just like it. It's lightweight, it's not too heavy, it's not too big on my head. All headphones look bloody huge on my head. Works really, really well. It is showing a bit of wear and tear now though. See that? Wear and tear. Monitor! It is a 34-inch wide screen with 180 Hz refresh rate. It's a big boy. I need a big monitor when I'm racing because I am just so short-sighted now that I need to be able to see everything in as much detail as possible. I just upgraded that. It was going, I think it was like 160 quid. I was like, oh, thank you, I'll take that. This is still the same little Philips monitor. It is just really as a second monitor, and it doesn't need to be all singing and dancing, and it works perfectly fine, so I haven't got any need to upgrade it. Right, we're ready. Sim racing, brace yourselves. Let's start with the gloves. Look at these. Barrage. I hope I've said that right. They actually sent me these out. They were like, hey, do you want a set of gloves? I was like, yeah. Really, really like these. These are, well, they've been washed multiple times now, so they've wore out a bit. But I've had these, again, it must be a couple of years now. I like how they're quite flexible. They're not stiff gloves. I don't like that. It annoys me. And they've also got, although I think it might have wore out for me pretty much now, but you know where you can press, like use your phone, etc. They've got them. Really good gloves. They have seen the test of time. I don't really get sweaty hands, if I'm being honest. I'm not a very sweaty person, so I don't know if you had really sweaty hands, if that would be a problem. But I do get eczema on my hands, so rubbing from a wheel, I think this just stops it and protects my hands and protects the wheel. Important. T598 Thrustmaster. I highly recommend this wheel. I mean, it's going for 400 quid now. It's a direct drive wheel. Beginner, dip your toes into direct drive. It's got 5 Newton meters, but it does have more torque than that. Based on another wheel that I've used recently that also has 5 Newton meters, this feels like it has more than 5 Newton meters. It's how it works, it's how it gets all of that out. It has had its problems, power cable issues. That's been something that Thrustmaster have been well aware of. I did end up having to get it replaced, which Thrustmaster did, so big thumbs up to them. 400 quid for a direct drive wheel that works on your PlayStation and PC. I just don't think you're beating that at the minute. The only thing I will say is I would like to upgrade the brake pedal. Having used another brand, Ace Tech, their brake pedal I really, really liked. I felt a lot safer with than this. This has got a lot more travel, which I'm not really a fan of, even with the stiffer spring. There is a full review of this on my channel. I will link it. But yeah, 400 quid. I mean, would I like to upgrade? Maybe. The the brake pedal. They have got a new load cell coming. That would be interesting to try. If you use code JustHun, I think you can get 5% off at checkout as well if you want one. So go for that. The best update I ever did to my sim setup was getting a rig. 100% recommend getting one because it just changes the game. I used to sit on my desk with a wheel attached to it and it was uncomfortable. Oh, I think everyone noticed how much more consistent I got and how much better and quicker I got. That is what made me a better driver. Not the wheel, not the pedals, nothing. Being sat in the correct position in a comfortable sim rig keeps you consistent. I just cannot recommend buying a sim rig enough. Mine is a GT Omega Titan, and if you use code JustHun, you'll get 5% off. And they're already great value. I've had this thing for about 2 years now. There's a little wear and tear on it, I'm not gonna lie. The seat has wore away a little bit because it gets used constantly. So that's something that I'm gonna look to upgrade in the new year, a new seat. Leopard print GT Omega, we need leopard print seats. We need them, okay? I just can't recommend enough getting a sim rig. It really does improve your ability 100%. I tell you what I forgot at the end, Steam Deck. I did kind of put that in with that mic though, Steam Deck. This is amazing if you're a streamer. It's amazing if you've got the microphone, you can feel things. It's not plugged in at the minute. I only really use it for streaming now. So when I stream, so I can change, honestly, but get the mic, get the XLR with the buttons because you can have them from the buttons for multiple uses. But I think everyone recommends these because they're just brilliant. That's one thing I forgot. There are a couple of products I've got I don't recommend. There are a couple of products that I've got in my setup that I don't recommend, so they're not going in the video because I don't recommend them. Every product that I have recommended that I use, I can tell you works because I use it. I hope that you guys have been able to take something from this. Black Friday is coming. Get a bargain now. Don't overpay for these things. Save yourself some money. There are links in the description. Some of those may be affiliates and I would appreciate it if you clicked on them because it helps me continue on with this channel and this journey. If you did enjoy this video, then please do make sure to like it and subscribe. I mainly do sim racing content on this channel. I appreciate every single one of you for being here and thank you very, very much for watching.